Coming from a political party whose political philosophy is center-right, the European People's Party, I think that there are a few main values which I'd like to underscore here. The first one is democracy. That is something that bonds all the European nations today. That's why we are the part of the world which is free with the values that we all share. Second is, of course, the rule of law, something that is the predominant value for all of us. The third one is the protection of human rights, which is critical to everything we do, and the equality among all our peoples and citizens. And of course, coming from center-right, of course, we appreciate a lot our Christian roots. This is something that is, when you ask me as a leader of the party, a prime minister for 10 years, these four pillars are what we stand for. And also the important element which Europe has is the stance towards international relations. I think our main position is the cooperative approach. The current world order basically is burdened by two approaches. Democracies, who have the cooperative approach to international relations, and authoritarian regimes that critically and unfortunately apply the conflictual approach. This is the main difference, and this is where the problems of the world arise today. So from that respect, these are the main values that we share, that I implement in a concept I call modern sovereignty in Croatia, which means strengthening the international position of the country in all possible ways, institutional, political, economic, geo-economic, strategic, energy-wise, which in turn strengthens the good and the well-being of my citizens, my nation, Croats, and of course all the economic operators in the country. So if you manage to succeed in delivering in that mix, you make a leap forward for your society. The most important political event that somehow swept across Europe happened 10 years ago, and that was the unprecedented migratory crisis. The 2015-16 migratory crisis changed political scenery across Europe. It had an impact on every single member state. In some of them faster, in some of them maybe with a sort of delayed effect, but it had an impact on strengthening the political parties who were, let's say, on the poles of the political spectrum. So I think we are still in the age where we are living on a daily basis the consequences of that event, including in the country where we are today. My second point is the incredibly fast advance of technology. The amount of
almost everyone in this room,
in my view, wasted time on completely unnecessary content is something that everybody who has minor kids understands. I think this is becoming a crucial problem of how this will impact those who are very young today, what will be their Weltanschauung in 15, 20 years, having been fed so early with so many strange and unnecessary information. The third element is the external influence on our societies. We have seen it, it's not a novel thing. The impact first through the classical media, through opinion makers, through commentators, through analysts, specialists, then through internet sources, unreliable websites. In my view, the external influence on the democratic process, wherever it comes from, it's present. We can be very sure it will be even stronger in the future than it is today. And that is where our democratic resilience is a test that we all have to endure and deliver upon and be the voice of truth, facts, reason, our own political platforms, whether we believe in similar projects from one way or another, left or right or center. But this is the huge task and a very difficult task, because the young generation, they don't watch television, they don't listen to the radio, nobody buys papers, nobody buys weekly. I think we need to adapt to a mindset of the information being fed to the future leaders, businessmen, voters, workers, whoever it is. Their mindset is completely different. completely different than for those who grew up without internet. And in my view, this is the biggest, I wouldn't say a threat, but a challenge that we have to work upon.